I shared a post of Warren Buffett talking about Bitcoin. Okay, and I had several people that you know I listen to and see what they have to say about cryptocurrency, and may have purchased things like Bitcoin, Ethereum when it was like 16 cents. Okay, but the reason I haven't done it, and you guys can go and check out that post I shared to my community tab of Warren Buffett talking about Bitcoin. Okay, when you invest into something, and just like he was saying, right? When you invest into a farm, you own a part share of that farm and the revenue that is going to create, whether that farm has cows, goats, chickens, corn, or other crops, okay, that will continue and continue to bring you money, okay, and you can actually see the asset, okay, and then predict what it will do, okay. When you're talking about something like Bitcoin and you're talking about something like Ethereum, first of all, when you look at the signs and symbols on these digital coins, it all points back to um, things like We33. It all points back to, 3 6s, and you already know what that means. Okay, it's all coding for uh, people that are in God we trust. Okay, because that's a trust. Okay, a business entity. Okay, with a whole address and everything. So, and the other thing is, I just have not been able to invest into it because my spirit, which is connected, to the all, okay, and people have different names for them. I ain't trying to infract on anybody's beliefs or anything, but that spirit is telling me not to go into that, especially with things that I have learned from some of the people that I learned from. Okay, several mentors and people that I listen to. Okay, just to get their opinion to draw from all. Okay, so the things that I've been seeing with these coins is crazy. And it just seemed like everything is all over the place. So there's no logic to anything. All right. Now people have been talking, even JB, Smart Passive Income, he been talking about Ethereum and everything. But I've purchased some of his courses and he hasn't even finished producing things that he said he was going to do in the course. And plus he said he was going to update the course, but he's not updating the course. He created a new course and now he ain't selling it to people because he's saying that everybody ain't ready for it. That's the same thing that he did with the 2.0 version of that last course he was selling. Okay? There's still a YouTube module in there that he still hasn't finished. All right? And it's not just him, but it's people who talk about these Ethereum and all that. What and yeah, I know you guys are seeing the ads for crypto.com because they are targeting the mess out of me. Every time I watch a video, every time I come on to the YouTube, they always targeting. So what they are doing is they are marketing and advertising to the masses to build up spontaneity and an interest in which they can capitalize off with the Bitcoin and the digital currencies like Dogecoin and all these different things, right? And then you got the US coin, okay, which is a digital dollar. Okay, so it's pretty much already known that they messing up the US dollar, paper dollar, okay, that's connected to the In God We Trust. And then they trying to get people to buy into these digital currencies and give their last dollars. We talking about people's last dollars that they was finna pay their rent with. They was finna, give food for their daughter or son or help somebody in need, you know. And they're telling these people invest 95% of your income into things like this. Okay, investing in things like stocks. Okay, y'all saw what GameStop and them boys did. Robinhood. Okay? Y'all just saw what they did not too long ago. All right? With these type of things, you never know what you're investing into. All right? That's why it is so weird. All right? So why would you invest in the okay, so with a farm, you can actually year by year or 3 times a year each season, you can come to that farm. You can look at what you invested into. You can know whether or not you want to, stake your hold, increase, or you can buy out and go get into another farm or some other asset. And plus, gold, silver, and all these different types of turquoise and things that come from the earth, that is God's money, okay? Or whatever you call him, okay? Depending on what you believe. That is God's money, okay? All these paper dollars and all these digital dollars with all these symbols that are connected to the In God We Trust, that has a whole business address with an EIN, you know what I'm saying? That all has symbols and signs that connect to their God. Their God is not our God, okay? I'm going to just break it down like that. You know what I'm saying? When they talk about God, they talking about some other guy with 2 horns coming out of his head. That's who they're talking about. So when they talking about y'all seen that Bible that Biden put his hand on when he was inaugurated? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm seeing all these things, and that's why it doesn't sit well on my spirit. You know what I'm saying? It does not sit well on my spirit. Okay? So that's why I also shared that community tab. And Finest Thing Walking, he also talked about it too. All right? He was talking about, that trust. All right? Because they're using the trust. Now, everybody talk about LLCs, corporations, and all these things that's still connected to an EIN that is taxable. You know what I'm saying? But if you got the same type of trust that they do and they don't pay taxes, then hey man, you know what I'm saying? But they don't put that. It's a lot of this stuff that they don't teach in school for a reason. Okay, Robert Kiyosaki was talking about that too. All right, but even with gold and silver, when you get it, you still have to sell it to make some type of money, and you wait until it's a good time to sell. You don't just buy gold or silver. When you save when you trying to save money, like what Robert Kiyosaki talks about, he saves his money through gold and silver and things like that. He don't save it in a EI in a bank account connected to a SSN. Okay, now see, what y'all be watching on YouTube is how to get women and everything. Watching Ron Wills and Mr. Lucario and all these dudes talking about how to get some girls. I don't talk about none of that stuff. Okay, we talk about real stuff over here, man. This is why you need to jump on the email list. All right, YouTube is taking people's channels away. They took the president Donald Trump YouTube channel, man. They took Young Pharaoh channel away, man. And these dudes telling young people to go and start a whole YouTube channel. Just use YouTube for the content and you can run ads to the audience since they already have the audience to start your business off of so you can have people to sell to. And then you run them to your email list. That way you own it. Nobody can't take that away from you. YouTube can take your YouTube channel. That's the reason why these other dudes that's telling you about women and Kevin Samuels and all these people, they talking to you about women because they know that your level of mind and your level of spirit is down in the dumps to where you only respond to entertainment. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you that's the reason why videos on this channel only get 6 views. I fully expect that. It ain't too many people that's interested. This ain't entertainment. Okay, I don't care about these damn numbers when it comes to this YouTube channel. It's all fake. Okay, Don't it ain't too many people on here that buy none of the products or services from any of the businesses or the service that I provide. Okay, so why would you invest time into something that's not producing uh income that you invested into? Okay, just like I invested into this channel, it didn't produce too much income, so it's like boom, and YouTube can take away from it. That's how I look at Bitcoin and all these digital assets. They got all these young people investing into it, not knowing anything about it. They just running all these ads, crypto.com. Oh, Bitcoin, the best money we ever had, and all this. Nobody knows anything about it, but they know how to manipulate your mind with the marketing and advertising to be all in with these digital assets when you got whole millionaires, billionaires. William is his name William Buffett? The Buffett man, okay? And then you got Dan Penner talking about Bitcoin, and then he was saying that the Putin over in Russia, the prime minister, is the one who created Bitcoin. Come on, man. And then like when I try to share these things with JB, he don't never respond to it. He never respond to it. And then when I tell him about the try, he never respond to it. And that's the thing that I find it with people, because he's not the only one that's promoting it. And he showed the money he was making at first when Ethereum was 16 cents. Okay, Ethereum is 2,000 some dollars right now. But when you look at the graphic chart for these coins, it goes up and down, up and down. What do they tell you to do when it goes down? They don't tell you about that. They never do. That would mess up their marketing and advertising to get you in there. And then this comes back to things like instant gratification compared to delayed gratification. You know, Bitcoin is like instant gratification. You put in some money, it's just like going to this casino. Because that's damn near what you're doing. Going to the casino. And that's another thing JB had in his course. For the casino, and it wasn't working. And then he said, oh yeah, you was doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? You got to get the card, the player card and everything for it to work. He didn't have that in the course though. So it's like you got to be careful of who you're listening to and remember to use logic. When you look at these coins, once you get it, it don't do nothing unless they're hyping people into it to buy it when you sell it. That's the logical way of looking at it, but they hitting y'all from an emotional standpoint, and the fact that people they're not teaching people about these things. That's not God's money. That's their God's money. Look at the B, and then you can look up what B means. You can even look at it. What does a B look like? Three. And then they got the two lines going through the B, and then you got the line in the actual B. That makes three lines. Come on, man. And something else that tripped me out was when you got three numbers like 111, you got 222, you got 333, all the way up to 9. All of it, when you add it up and reduce it down, it all goes back to a multiple of 3. So that's why I'm saying, if you're going to invest into something, first of all, you got to have play money. Money you don't care what happens to it. That way, when you got play money, you're not putting your money into these things that you was finna pay your rent for, or you had saved up an emergency fund to make sure you good for car repairs or something like that. But once you get that play money, then you can go ahead, get some gold, get some silver. If you want to, you can put a little bit into these Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, and then just see what happens. If nothing happens, then that was just play money. You know what I'm saying? But they got people out here putting their rent money into these things. That's what they got people doing. So again, Things that actually make you money are things that you should be investing in and things that you can tangibly see. Okay? Like when you start a business, like an online business, how come they not telling you guys, oh, you can just go on Teespring and create a brand of clothing and boom. You can go ahead because you know people ask you all the time. You can go ahead and buy some jars off of Amazon. You can get like 100 for $20. Get these jars and then get some print labels and then you can make body butter for women. Okay, and sell that. And you can make a little email list that you can invest ads into the building, and then you have a income producing asset, okay, that you can actually see month to month, year to year. They not telling people to do that. They telling them go invest into their stuff, their bitcoins, stuff you have no control over. That's their money. You have no control over. Because they're transitioning to these things because they're trying to destroy the dollar. Okay, the paper dollar. So all these people that be throwing up, money phones and all these things up to their ear trying to stun on people that got less money than them, which really don't matter. Okay, because it's all a fucking illusion. All right, you can see that as illusion because they printing out all this money and giving it away. You know what I'm saying? So that's just learning about assets. Okay, and that's logic compared to emotion. If you don't know about something, why would you invest into it? I don't care if Elon Musk talking about, yeah, that's the new wave, yeah, and he got money. How did he get his money? You don't know if that dude sold his soul on the dotted line to get funding the what? Y'all ain't never probably even heard his story. This man used to be working long hours and he used to live in um a office building. Where you get a virtual address for your new LLC or something like that. He used to live in one of those with his girl. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? And when people are at those type of levels, there's no telling what they will do. That's what a lot of these rappers and entertainers they come from them situations. They ain't willing to do anything. You know what I'm saying? And the cars Tesla that he's making, they always having problems. You can go watch Scotty Kilmer channel for that. Because his customers be coming to him asking him about the Tesla. How come it ain't doing this? How come it ain't doing that? How come it don't start? How come the battery don't work? So people are all investing into these things so he can, do all these things that has no backing behind it and he's using other people's money. You know what I'm saying? So you want to invest basically you want to invest into things that produce income that you can tangibly see. You can research that asset, okay? Then you can make your own graph that you have control over, okay? And then any play money that you have left over after all your cost of doing business money is budgeted and you got money left over, then you can play around in Bitcoin, Ethereum, gold, silver. Okay? And that's the most logical way that I can see it. Okay? And just from listening to people that are in the position with these things and seeing, what they're doing with the marketing and advertising. Because I can't even go on YouTube without seeing some crypto.com advertisements. If it was so special, why you need ads? Like, come on, just answer these simple, logical questions. If Bitcoin is so good, if Ethereum and all these digital currencies are so good, Why do you need to pour so much money into advertising it? Who owns crypto.com? What's the holding company behind that? What's the subsidiary LLCs behind that? Is it an S corp? Is it a corporation? Is it a C corporation? I want to know. But they know people don't ask these logical questions. They don't know about business. They haven't been taught about it. They don't know the difference between moving on logic and moving on emotion. But one of the most important things that I learned from a cartoon, you know what I'm saying, that was giving real life game. Okay, one of them cartoons is Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know if y'all too young to even know what that is, but whenever everybody is doing and going that way, and this was also in a movie, whenever everybody is going that way, your ass should be going the other way. For real. Okay? If everybody is running towards the fire, or whatever, running toward the fire, you ain't trying to get burnt, right? But for some reason, everybody want to run in that fire. I'm not finna go run in that fire. They probably told them it's gold behind that fire and lying to their ass. Then I go the other way and actually find some damn gold. You know? But y'all got a whole bunch of things that you can invest in. And as y'all can see, online businesses are the true new wave, but they not telling people these things. Like, it's so easy to start up a business. Like I told you guys, you got trust. Oh, there's different types of trust. Um, there's different types of, you got LLCs, you got corporations that are taxed differently as far as C corp than S corp. Okay. Um, and then you can ask people. You can ask CPAs, or you can go on my community tab if you want to learn about the who I learned the trust from. I'm not trying to give their information away because they have it in the course. You know what I'm saying? So that's just being respectful to them because that's their intellectual property, and that's an actual legal term. So you know, uh, yeah, man. Let me see. But I mean, y'all can tell me, if you invested in Bitcoin over a year, what has it done? What has it done for you? Because there's a whole bunch of scams going on. I'll let you know that. Pyramid schemes, and it's even some of my mentors is into that stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. That's what you into. Yeah, Warren Buffett, that's his name. Thanks, Austin. But y'all can go, do their own research and everything, look into it, and just, see that, they're running a whole bunch of ads to everybody, to the masses. Where they getting that money to run ads? Oh, is it from the fake money that they printed? They're not saying all these things. They're not saying where it's coming from. Not saying that they're not gonna transition to it because they're clearly trying to kill the dollar. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's why I'm personally set up uh through entities, business entities, um, that are looked at differently in this capitalistic society. Because everybody is mainly going through the person, pretty much. That's connected to the SSN. And you have different rights compared to, these other business entities. And you're taxed differently. And the money you receive into like bank accounts that go to that is looked at differently. So even if you are getting Bitcoin, I don't know if y'all recently did y'all taxes. They asking if you made any income off of Bitcoin or any other digital currencies, and a lot of people ain't tracking it. Tracking the amount of Bitcoin that they made and putting off, some of that money they made off of Bitcoin for taxes, or talking to a CPA, you know. But some of the CPAs don't know. It's new stuff. You know what I'm saying? But don't go put your last rent money and then put yourself and everybody else in jeopardy. That's all I'm saying. And then if you got some money to put into the things, um, after you do a little bit of research, you can definitely go ahead and let me know what happens. You know what I'm saying? But at least have some assets that you have some control over. Bitcoin and all these digital currencies, you don't have no control over it. Okay? And go check out that post with Warren Buffett on the community tab. All right, y'all. I'm about to get on up out of here. How you close this thing?